Ladies and gentlemen, to the surprise of absolutely no one, the internet is going into full meltdown mode over a joke that was made on the red carpet. We take you there now live for some of the reactions. Let's go, baby! New Spider-Man casting rumor in full effect. Just when you thought that Tom Holland was the most beta Spider-Man we could possibly get, now they're talking about Spider-They. If Bella wants to play Spider-Man, then they are perfectly within their right to do so. I don't know what everybody's upset about. Bella Ramsey was peak in The Last of Us. This might actually be the first Spider-Man movie to make negative dollars. Now all the bigots are going to have something to make 10 YouTube videos about a day. Yes, Queen! If Bella Ramsey wants to play Spider-Man after the GOAT Tom Holland is done, then we will be seated.
I watch so you don't have to.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
You know, it's kind of funny because just the other day I had someone go on this unhinged tirade in my comment section. I believe it was for my weapons review, and this person was proclaiming that I could never be considered a legitimate movie critic as much as I try to. And in this person's opinion, it's because I constantly contribute to the culture war bullshit that we see on YouTube every single day.
You got a lot of guts coming here after what you pulled.
And while I do admit that I've made videos on these topics in the past, anyone who actually listens to what I have to say and has a functioning brain will tell you that I always approach those topics from a very different angle. An angle that requires me to be sound and logical in my reactions to these topics. Dare I say I try to look at the situation from all perspectives and be as balanced as possible. It's just whether or not the individual listener is patient enough to actually hear me out. And some people are, but most people are not. Which brings me to today's topic, which is easily one of the dumbest news stories I've seen in some time, which kind of makes the over-emotional reactions to it even dumber.
Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber.
So Bella Ramsey of The Last of Us fame was on the red carpet recently and jokingly made a comment about being the next Spider-Man. A comment that she was no doubt baited into making in the first place. Because that's how engagement works these days. If you don't believe me, just ask Martin Scorsese or anyone who has been asked about their opinion on the MCU publicly in the last 10 years. There's always going to be someone that's looking for a reason to make one of those controversial headlines. And Bella Ramsey is one of those figures that get people all riled up for obvious reasons, so this whole situation was kind of a no-brainer. It's very much manipulation. It's taking advantage of people's sensitivity about these kind of subjects, and a lot of people fall for it hook, line, and sinker. I don't know who needs to hear this, but Bella Ramsey is not going to be the next Spider-Man.
You serious?
I understand that a lot of people think that it's a legit possibility based on how some casting decisions have gone in Hollywood recently. But it's never going to happen. She was severely miscast in The Last of Us, something that ultimately killed my own personal interest in the show that I thought otherwise was pretty decent in season 1. And it seems like a lot of other people kind of feel the same way about that casting. So to say that Bella Ramsey currently has a stigma attached to her is not an understatement. But with the superhero genre already being in flux as it currently stands, do you really think that they would be dumb enough to cast Bella Ramsey as the next Spider-Man? If the genre wasn't dead already, that would certainly kill it. But again, this is not a real possibility. It was a joke that was made, and people are running with it. And even if Bella was being serious, it's still not going to happen.
No, 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 hell no!
This is quite literally why people will continue to be manipulated by this shit, because they keep allowing it to happen. Outrage culture seems to be at an all-time high, and I'm simply asking the question, why can't we just stop, take a breath, and think about these things before we react to them? Unfortunately for some of us, we are stuck with Tom I Cannot Carry My Own movie Holland for the foreseeable future. Not that Bella Ramsey would be a better option, but I think Disney and Sony, for better or worse, are happy with the person in the role at the moment. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this is pretty much a non-issue. But if you look on social media, this news story, if you want to call it that, is everywhere. And a lot of people seem to be wasting their time on it. I think there is a much bigger conversation to be had here about how things are being misrepresented and reported out of context to very intentionally incite illogical reactions. And to me, that is much more egregious than anything that Bella Ramsey said on the red carpet.
Holy shit. I'm gonna be a dad.
Are you on drugs?
It's a big nothing burger that 1,000 influencers and YouTubers are going to run with over the next couple of days. Because there is actually jack shit for news right now, and this is the type of thing that's going to get clicks.
Y'all be cool. Right on.